Hello and welcome to Rogue Trader beta or playtest version. I'm Shadowcoast and welcome to the channel. Owlcat just released a beta version, and in this version we finally have a customer character creation. I shouldn't say finally, it is a beta, so I'm glad to see that since we did not have that in the alpha. In this video we are going to run through the different custom character creation options. We're not going to go in depth, this is just to give you a flavor for where they're going with this, what we can do in beta, and that's about it. If you'd like to see deep dives into any specific component of character creation, please let me know. And for those starting a new campaign, there are 3 pre-made characters if you don't want to go through all of this selection process. So let's jump in. Creating a new character, we can choose from our portrait. We can edit our appearance, male, female, some face types, body types, skin color types. We have several hair selections that we can select from. We can apply tattoos, up to 5 of them, along with a scar. These are harder to see right now in character creation because I can't figure out how to zoom in or out. So if you know how to do that, please post in the comments. We can have 2 implants. Again, these are a little harder to tell where they're placed. You have to kind of look in detail. But we do have an option for 2 of those. Right now we have bold male and bold female. So since it says bold male, I'm assuming they're going to have different types that will just basically be kind of sound bites when you're in game. So that's appearance. On to Homeworld. Homeworld is going to have some profound effects. Deathworld is the one that's the only one that has been more or less fully built out. So there are 3 things that Homeworlds will impact. You'll have a specific feature, it looks like. So Deathworld has survival instincts. It will have attribute modifiers. And then finally, you're going to have various talents for upgrade as you gain and grow. So a lot of these are work in progress, as you can see, but this will have a profound effect on your playstyle potentially, since it has a lot of different effects, more so than I thought. Next we have Origin. We have a selection right now, basically an Imperial Guard, Commissar, Vagabond, Priest, Officer, Noble, and 2 different Psyker types. Real quick, Biomancy, you can read that. Biological processes, Diviner, Divination. You can see things into the future and have other modifiers there. So Origin will definitely have also a really big impact, because as we think about Origin, you're going to have specific features. So it's going to kind of prioritize different weapons most likely, or abilities you're going to have. Obviously, we'll have attribute modifiers as well as skill modifiers. So skill is the best way to think about this, and this isn't 100% accurate because attributes can impact other aspects, so there is an interplay between the 2. But attributes in general are your kind of more combat and spatial awareness, where skills like athletics is you'll have skill checks effectively. So skill modifiers are going to impact your skill checks when you're doing different things, like trying to jump over a bridge or something like that. And then also the modifiers here. So these mean that you're going to get a bonus when you're upgrading attributes and skills. So that's important to note. And then, of course, additional talents, which have really big impacts on your playstyle and your character abilities. Moving on there, we will have a moment of triumph. So what do we overcome to be well known? So we don't see this. I'm surprised because before we actually could select this. Darkest Hour, how did we make a difficult decision? So they're going to factor that in, but that's currently not in the beta. Then we have Doctrines. Doctrines are probably like the closest thing to what you would call a class, although I would argue that's not entirely fully accurate because there are other aspects to it. But effectively right now we have 4 tier 1s, fighter, leader, adept, marksman, and if I understand correctly, you can evolve into kind of tier 2 secondary class, which is a little more specialized than the tier 1s. So this isn't fully built out. You can see here leader is still a work in progress, with a little warning there if you select it. So we're going to go ahead and just pick one so we can advance. We do have stats, so there are a bunch of stats. These are going to impact different things, so they actually laid this out nicely because you can see how stats impact skills. So this is the interplay I was talking about, where as you impact skills, or excuse me, as you impact your stats or attributes, it will have impact on a variety list of skills which are used for different checks, um, along the way as you're interacting in the non-combat map. So you can kind of apply stats. They do have an upper and lower bound, so you can't go fully into one area, just to know. Then we have our ship. Right now there's only one ship option. You can edit the name, which is nice. And summary. So that is character creation. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please drop a thumbs up. And if you want to see more details on Origin or Doctrines, things like that, please let me know in the comments. And I hope to see you in future videos. Shadow Coast out.